And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the PiGosaur Cup, the PiGosaur Cup number 67, a weekly open tournament. We just wrapped up with the upper semifinals, and Hero, he made it to those upper semis, and he is waiting for the winner of the series of this best of 5 lower semifinals match. We're jumping in mid-series and spawning in the top right-hand corner of White Rabbit. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg for Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran. It is a Percival. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our ZvT. Let's go. Let us go as we're getting into our best of 5. Again, we did miss out on game 1. Game 1 was happening at the same time as game number 4 of Hero versus Creator. That is why we were unable to cover that last game. It did go in favor of Solar, did go into the mid to late game, maxed out armies, and Solar did overwhelm Percival. But now we're getting into a larger map, a map that's known for mid to late game as well. We'll see how Percival will adjust. Now, I didn't get to see the openers of the last game, of game 1. I didn't get to see the openers, didn't get to see the mid games, so I'm working with incomplete information. But Percival, he typically does thrive in aggression. Like Percival, he's a very fast player. He's a very fast player. He does love his multitasking, his multi-pronged aggression, his micro, his splits, his control. It's on point. It's very impressive, very fast, and that's where he thrives. That's where he can even pull someone like Solar apart. We'll see if he can get there. We'll see if he can pull that off. Let's go. Let us go. Otherwise, Solar is the heavy favorite, for sure, for sure. He is a favorite player. But we have seen Percival threaten players of the caliber of Solar before. I want to say it wasn't that long ago where Percival did defeat Shin, right? I think it was Percival versus Shin. And I would say that Shin and Solar are quite similar in skill. Let's go. As Percival, he does move out. For now, he's going for a very fast second Rax. Okay, a 2-1-1 out of Percival. Let's go. So second Rax is on the way into a factory. For those that are curious, what does this mean? This means that Percival, he's going to be delaying, and he's not going to commit too hard into Hellion production. He should only go up to 2, at 4 at the most, but a very low Hellion count into a faster Tech Lab, into a faster Stim. So fast Stim timing, fast Marine setup here from Percival. Sorry, I spoke about getting up to 2 or 4 Hellions. In my brain, I was thinking of a 3C211, so my mistake, my apologies. In a regular 211, no Hellions, no Hellion production. The factory is only here for add-ons, so it should be factory into reactor, into starport, into add-on swap, into reactor medevacs. Into that 16 Marine and medevac move out. So again, Percival, the 2-on-1 is upon us. Stim is on the way. Now, what does this mean? Well, because this build doesn't rely on any Hellions, it means that Solar early on can spread creep very greedily. He can skip and delay link production and drone up even harder because there's no Hellion aggression, right? There's no Hellions to deny creep, to fight with the tumors, to fight with the queens, and to threaten any kind of dives. So Solar, it's going to be on him to drone up as hard as possible and to get ready for the Stim timing. Remember, Stim is on the way. There's a starport, there's a reactor, medevacs will soon be upon us. Checking Solar's vision, he hasn't seen anything yet. So Solar's working with incomplete information at the moment. Solar doesn't know what's going on, but Solar does know there are no Hellions. Like, there should be Hellions poking in right now. And the fact that there are no Hellions here does kind of tip Solar off a little bit. It could be a 3cc 3-Rax, it could be a 2-on-1, it could be a 3-Rax, it could be a 3cc 2-on-1. Like, there's a lot of possibilities here, but he's slowly trying to figure it out. So Link Scout does confirm the Marines, but that's it. Overlord is going in. Solar does send in the Overlord. Overlord Scout is denied. Solar, he still sees nothing. And because of that, we're missing an Evo Chamber. Typically, by this point, if he had known what was going on, we'd see an early Evo Chamber into early +1 carapace into an early Ling kind of setup. Solar does run up a little bit here. Drones up to almost 3 base mineral saturation. And here we go, 20 Lings on the way. He should be fine. Ooh, into Roaches. Roach response, okay. You have my attention. So no Banelings, is going into Roaches instead. Third base gets scouted. Solar, he does try to hit the third, but there are Marines in position. And here comes the drop. And both medevacs have arrived. Queens move in. Can he get a queen? Ooh, clutch transfuse. Okay, clutch transfuse. Solar so far is keeping up. So far so good. Solar, he deters the drop. And based on the Roach-Warren timing, it looks like he wants to go for an all-in. Like a 3-base all-in, I mean. 4th base just for Lava, joining up to take some gases. We'll keep an eye on Solar to see if he does indeed go for said all-in. As Percival does rotate over. Still more roaches are amassing. Now, the reason why Roach all-in in this kind of position can work is because, if you remember, we spoke about the factory earlier. There's no factory production at the moment. We have one tank that just now spawned in. Ooh, meanwhile, 1 queen does 4, 2 queens, 3 queens. Oh my god, 3, 4 queens go down. Lings are late. Yeah, the Lings are late. Ooh, Mindshot does do some friendly fire. But a messy fight here from Solar. Solar, that flank was late. Came in, it did not come in soon enough. Percival did trade well. Percival, he scouts all the roaches and even picks them off, getting 1, 2 roaches. As he's building up his bio. Getting an overlord, getting another queen. Jesus, another queen goes down. How many queens are left? 3. Only 3 queens. Solar, he does attempt his run by. He sees the tanks. Plenty of Marines though. Yeah, plenty of Marines. Solar gets punished. And you can see this 4th base is late. Very late 4th base. Oh, and I assumed that Solar was going to go for an all-in, but no, that's an infestation bid that tells us that Solar is thinking further ahead. Where is he? I'm still torn. Ling drop on the left. More roaches are amassing. Are we going to macro? He's getting infestation bid. He's getting a second Evo chamber. These are signs of a later game. As Percival, he's pushing on the left-hand side. Drop into the main base. Solar, he has a handful of Ravagers. 4 should be enough. He wants the tanks. Ooh, doesn't get them. I'll pick up there out of Percival. Very nice. At the same time, drop into the main base. So Percival, he has some reinforcements. Losing 1 SCV so far. Only 1. Yeah, only 1 dead SCV. So nice defense here by Percival. So he does boost away. He's racing back home to defend, but the tanks are exposed. Oh. Yeah, the tanks are exposed. The roaches, they do so step forward. Fires 1 of the tanks. Gets 1. And is going to get both. Wow. Yeah, the tanks are forced to lift up. The 3rd CC is exposed. Massive damage here. 15 dead SCVs. No, the tanks are stacked. Yeah, the tanks are stacked up. At the same time, Marines, they kill the 4th base, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Critical damage is being dealt. Percival, he just lost 3 tanks and 19 SCVs. Ay. Not like this, Percival. Not like this. Does punish somewhat. Gets 3, maybe. Okay, 3. 3 Ravagers. 3 Ravagers go down. And Solar, he did lose the 4th base, but now he's double expanding. He's still in a 3-base setup. He's building up his Ling Roach Ravager and working on his Hive. The Hive is on the way. Now, in my mind, this Hive should be for Ultras. That would make the most sense. Not just because of the follow-up here, but also because +1 melee. We have +1 melee on the way. We have the Baneling speed on the way as well. So Solar, it looks like he should be switching into Ultra Tech. Speaking of, yep, there it is. Ultra Caravan has been thrown down. And that's going to be a massive power spike here for Solar. It's going to be those Ultras. Now, the downside is that Solar, he has limited anti-air. His anti-air is going to be limited to his Spores, Queens, and Vipers. Marines, they do drop in. Getting more drone kills. Nicely done. Liberator in towards the 3rd. Denied mining. 12 drones going down. And again, you can see Percival just pulling Solar apart here. Getting 2 more Queens. 2 more Queens. Oh, good. We'll lose the medevac, but 2 more Queens go down. 14 drones. We spoke about this at the start of the game, how Percival, he thrives in this kind of game state where he's just all over the place. Drops on one side, Liberator on the other. Stimming in, focusing down what he can. Solar, he's struggling a little bit here. Can Solar keep up? The Ultra Cabin has been spotted. More drops on the way. Bold move here as Percival. He moves out with a very low HP medevac. Very low HP. But Solar, he's adapting. He's adjusting to the pace. We'll still lose a couple of drones. 3 drone kills. And power bomb pops off. Double drop on the right hand side. Gets into the mineral line. Solar, he is given time to react, but he will lose the expansion. Oh, really? Yeah, the base will go down. Losing the 5th. And again, because Percival has been so aggressive, where's the creep? The creep is barely there because of the aggression, but also because of all the queen kills. Remember, how many queens have gone down this game? 9, and 9 queens have been killed. So there's barely any creep. Ooh, Powerbomb does land. Kills the full medevac. Hey, we spoke earlier about that low HP medevac. And remember the supplies, right? Like Solar, he's maxed, but Solar, a lot of that supply is inflated due to the Red Ravager. Percival, he has the more efficient army, he has the greater defensive setup. And we'll see if Solar can stabilize. Like Solar, he needs to build up his army. How many Vipers does he have? 2. 2 Vipers. Blinding Cloud's going to be crucial to attempt to break that center expansion. The Viper! Jesus. Calm down. Vipers, be careful. He zips in, he gets 1. 1 Viper goes down. A full NG Viper as well. There's 1 Viper left. Yeah, 1 Viper remaining. Ay, ay, ay. Jesus, mine shots going off. Collapsing on the tanks. 1 tank goes down. Jesus. Nice piles. Nice piles out of Solar. But he does not break the defensive setup here. The Planetary, the Liberators, the tanks, they hold. So you hold on. Solar does clean up the drops. And he's slowly building up more Ultras. He still only has 1 Viper. The Spire just now begins. Ooh, this is Solar admitting that most likely Broodlord Infestor. Broodlord Infestor is on the mind. But it's going to take some time to get there. Solar, he needs more time back. Needs more time. Ooh. Nice time for the Ultra. Nice shot goes off as well. Liberator on the right hand side. Again, Solar having a hard time keeping up, losing 3 more drones. And an Infestor. Oof. Infestor goes down. Again, meanwhile, while Percival, again, while he's harassing, while he's distracting, he's building up his ghosts. Right, his ghost count has been very low. Oh my god! My shell pops up. But again, the ghosts are slowly amassing. We have 5 ghosts so far. We need more than that. It's getting up to 9. Oof. Miles, they shut down 2 medevacs. That should not have happened. Percival distracting himself. And once Percival perfects his army, then he can push. Until then, it's just drop play. Certainly drops. Catching out a couple of key units. Oof. Nice Shield does graze the army, does a little bit more friendly fire. Shove on the top side. Gets 4 more drones. Percival, he has to be careful not to lose too much too quickly. Like, Percival is throwing away a lot of bio here, but he does get an Infestor. Okay. Takes down the Infestor, pulls away. Ghost are now pushing forward. Where are the Liberators? There's only one. Only one Liberator. I don't know if Percival can actually push here. It's risky. He needs that air support. Yeah, the ghosts are exposed, and Percival, he's too soon. Like, this is too premature. It's too premature. Percival's gonna lose everything here. Nice mine shots. But that was not the time to push. He got too excited, Papi. Yo, we got the mass cooldown supply. Cools down the supply, heals up his wall. Can only do it once. And Percival, he's now gotten up to 5, soon to be 8 Liberators. He's getting there. Oh my god, as Solo's going for a Dream Drop. Okay. 5 Job Lords morphing in. Getting ready for the drop. He's loading up. At the same time, Ling run by the right hand side and hoping to distract. Ling's a hit first. And they do get into the mineral line. SCVs are going down. Soul is distracting. June drop into the main. And Percival, does he notice? He does. Yeah, he does notice. He's trying to react. There's only one Marina, one Marauder. Yeah, not able to react with much. There's actually not much in the drops. In the Dropper Lords. But Percival's being pulled apart here. And Bailey's able into the mineral line. Planetary should go down. 23 dead SCVs. The Lings are still wreaking havoc on the right hand side. Getting 30 SCV kills. Ay. Crazy damage. We're still not done. And again, Percival, he's doing so well for himself, but he did take a really bad fight in the center. As we mentioned before, he did move out too soon, moved out too prematurely. He lost too many medevacs. He just lost too much supply at once, and that did give momentum to Solar. And now Percival's struggling. Percival, he's struggling. Solar, he's already remaxed. How momentum swings from one player to the other. And Percival, he was just a little bit too late to actually get into this more perfected army of ghosts and liberators. Never quite got there. Now we're collapsing on the ghosts. Bailings are rolling in. The Bailings are a little bit late. Very rough fight for Solar. Yeah, Solar, he went in too soon with the Lings, too late with the Bailings. Ling Runby does kill an expansion, does get a mineral line. But again, that was maybe the best fight that Percival could have hoped for. Lion shots are bumming up. Oh, Solar! Being out a lot of corruptors. Again, Solar's remaxing. He's got his Ling Bane Ultra. He doesn't really have many spellcasters. He's got one Viper, one Infestor. But again, Percival just cannot keep up supply-wise. He's just let out too much over the course of this game. Tanks are exposed. Can he get on trouble with the Ghost this time? The Ghost kite away. Going for the expansion. Fungal does land. Oof. The Fungal did barely land there, clipping the army. Solar, he'll lose his army, but he takes on the base. Takes down the expansion. 15 dead SCVs. And Soul just has to keep doing that. Just keep doing that over and over again. It was a very messy fight. It was very inefficient. That's true. But Solar can't afford to be inefficient. He can afford it. Solar, calm down. As once again, Solar engaging a little bit too soon. Does surround a couple of Marauders. But he bleeds out a lot of Ling Bane doing so. Solar, we gotta calm down, back. Calm down. Once again, does get surrounded this time. Very nice. There we go. Does get 3 of the ghosts. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Percival, he finally runs out of steam. And Solar, he'll extend his lead 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Solar, he does extend his lead here. Again, it was, I would say, initially in favor of Percival. Percival, who was doing so well, just applying pressure and doing so much damage, drop after drop, run by as well. He was tearing Solar apart. Solar having a very hard time keeping up with the speed of Percival, but one bad fight too many. If you remember, Percival, he lost a double drop on the left-hand side, he lost a drop on the right, he pushed through the center, he pushed too soon. Like, there were a couple of really consecutively rough moments, all condensed into like a couple of seconds where... Oh. All condensed into a couple of seconds where we did see that Percival just lost too much too quickly, and he just could not sustain those losses. Oh. Could not sustain, and that gave momentum to Solar that allowed him to start to break out, to counterattack, and to overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. And now we're getting into Game 3. Game 3 is going to be on Winter Madness. We'll see if Percival can begin the comeback, or we'll see if Solar can close it out. Let's go. Also, in a momento, I do have to open the window. Open the window. BRB. Go back. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Terran player. Oh. Okay, the South Korean Terran, we have the red Terran. It is Percival. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. Here we go. Welcome one all to Game 3. Game 3 of the series of the semifinals. Remember, Hero is waiting for the winner of this series in the grand finals. Will it be a ZvP or a TvP? We're here to find out. And again, Percival, he did not look bad at all last game. He didn't look bad at all. It's just unfortunately he did start to kind of fray at the seams towards the end of the game, where he started making some mistakes. He started overextending, started losing too much, and that gave momentum, or that took momentum away from the Terran, and it gave it to the Zerg. Did give it to the Zerg instead. So we'll see. We'll see if Percival can try to end things a little bit earlier, if he can try to maintain that momentum and keep it going. Let's go. Here comes the SCV Scouts going Rax Expand. A standard opener here out of Percival. Likewise, a standard opener out of Solar as well. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. Crazy, nothing wild. Likewise, hope you've all been enjoying your midweek happy. Midweek madness, as we're getting through Wednesday here. It's been a very hot summer, very hot January. It's been very rough, especially with all the IL things that have been happening as well. Like, it's well, we're getting through it. Of course, we have the Rongi Cup coming up this week as well. The finals, and the semis, and the quarterfinals as well. Over the next couple of days, we'll be all over it. Oh, as we do see Percival going for a third CC. Okay, so it's going 3 CC 1-1-1. Much more economic build this time out of Percival. What did Percival go for the last game? He went for a 2-1-1, if you remember. Went for a 2-1-1, early sim timing. This time he's going for a faster command center. So much more greedier, much more economic build here out of our Terran. Oh, okay, it's going to be a 3cc 2-1-1. Okay, I see you. So this is still more economic. It's going to be a later sim timing. A later sim timing. This does mean that we will be making up to 4 Hellions. 2 to 4 Hellions here. Still no big commitment, but a commitment nonetheless. To have a couple of Hellions on the map to apply a little bit of pressure as we still work towards Stim and Master Marine and the drop play. But again, this will be a later timing compared to last game, just because of the faster command center. So much more economic variation. Because of this, Solar, it's going to be on him to determine whether or not it is a greedy build or not. Solar will see the initial Hellions, and that might kind of deter him from droning up too much. We'll see. Solar comes in for the Link Scouts. Does try to slip in, does confirm the second Rax he sees. Yeah, he's aware of the 3cc 2-on-1. Solar sees everything. And you might be thinking, but Solar didn't see the third command center. He didn't, but he saw the early Hellion production. With a regular 2-on-1, you'd never have Hellions. So he now sees the second Rax, he sees the Hellions, he knows 3cc 2-on-1. So Solar knows he can just drone up, but we should be seeing an Evo chamber soon. Oh, that's different. It's a 420 lair timing. Okay. Going lair first. Bold move. No shot he goes meters. No shot. He's getting a third gas. 2 gases in the main. He's getting a third gas geyser here at the natural as well. Have my attention. Meanwhile, looks like, it's going to be a 3cc 2-on-1 Hellbat push. Do you see what I see? Armory. Armory is on the way. It's going to be a Hellbat stim timing here by Percival. This is going to hit very hard. Now, if Solar is not going roaches, and he's not, if Solar's going for a fast Spire, he might just die. He's getting up to 4 gases, +1 carapace is on the way. Lair is now done. I don't see a Bailey Nest. Not Spire. He's going Ling Hydra. True. We brought this up last time we casted Shin. But yes, Ling Hydra. This is a style that Solar has been popularizing as of late. He's been very fond of this. It's a very aggressive style. It does delay Banelings quite heavily, and it does allow you to have a very strong Hydra timing available to you. True. The problem is, though, there are no Banelings, there are no roaches. It's purely Ling Queen. Right now, Solar's vulnerable, and Percival, he might just overwhelm. Let's go. Percival stims in. First Queen is going to be targeted down. Nice transfuse. Yeah, clutch transfuse. Lings are coming from behind, but there are so many Hellbats. Yeah, so many Hellbats and Lings, they just melt. Ooh, Queens, they do focus down the medevac. It's a very close defense here, but the Queens will fall. Yeah, losing almost every single Queen. There's 3 Queens left. Down to 3. Down to 1. 1 Queen remaining. And Percival, he has done it. He has broken the third base. Drones are going down. At the same time, looks like there was a Ling run by. Ooh, Overlord's getting caught out as well. Now, this doesn't kill, but this does cripple. This does cripple Solar. Solar was trying to drone, trying to saturate. Again, the builds lined up. Whether Solar was going into 2-base Hydra, 2-base Muta, both would have resulted in the same outcome here, where Percival does do critical damage. That was how many? That was 8 Queens going down. Jesus. 8 Queens, 2 Overlords, 5 drones, 45 Lings. Very shaky defense here from Solar. He just didn't know. He just didn't know what was going on. And can Percival keep this going? Can he keep this up? Does focus on 2 Hydras. 2 Hydras go down. Now, if you remember, the purpose of this build for Solar was to hit with his upgrades, hit with speed and with range, the Hydra upgrades, I mean. But Solar may have lost too much that he might just miss that timing and just macro up instead. As the Hydras, they attempt to trade. So here, Percival just trying to keep up the momentum, but there's not really that much to work with here. He wants that queen. I know. Gets 3 drones, not bad. 3 drones go down for 3 Marines. Percival claiming his 4th. Building up his bio tank. But this is a really, I mean, I was going to say that this is a really difficult 4th base to maintain, but at the same time, he should be pushing, right? He should be pushing out and defending the spaces with his army. As he should be expanding with his push. So it should be okay. As Percival is moving out through the center. And Solar bailing speed just now finishing up. Okay, just now in time. Can he get on top of the tanks before they siege? There's 4 tanks in total. 2 of them do siege up. Percival is moving in. So close to collapsing on this. 2 tanks do on siege at the wrong moment. All 4 tanks go down. Massive pickups. Oh no! Yeah, the splits aren't there either. No splits. Solar, he shuts down the army. At the same time, drop into the natural. There's nothing in the medevac, nothing in the drop. The main push is shut down, and Solar, he gains momentum. He takes it away from Percival. Percival now pushing on the right-hand side with 2 tanks. Solar, he could just avoid this and just go straight for the bases. Where we headed? He's just going for the tanks. He's just going for the tanks. Why not? Stutter stepping forward. 1 tank goes down. 2nd tank as well. Percival losing a full medevac. Oh, no. Now, Percival, he will at least get a base, but Solar doesn't care. Not anymore. He's just going for the kill. Going for the throats. Bailey's ahead for the mineral lines. Tanks they go down to the lings. Oof, that's 16 SCV kills. And Percival just does not have enough. He cannot keep up. Not like this, man. Not like this. Again, the early Hellbat timing did a lot of damage. He killed 8 queens at the start of the game. That was great. That was beautiful. But pushing against a mass Ling Hydra composition like this against Solar was able to catch all 4 tanks immediately. And that was it. That was the end of the push. GG gets called. Solar, he will claim the series 3-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Solar, he will claim the series, he will advance on, but a shout out to Percival, because Percival, he had a good showing for himself. Again, I was very impressed by Percival in game 2. Like game 2, Percival, he was winning. He was ahead in the majority of that game until the very end, where he did fumble the ball. Of course, like things did kind of fumble and things were looking a little bit rough. When he overextended, when he lost too much across the map. Here in game number 3 as well, I was fond of the opener. I was fond of the damage that was dealt early on, but Percival, he overextended. He pushed out with his 4 tanks. He got caught unsieged. His first 4 tanks were the first things to go down when it came to his push. And that was the end, right? That was the end of his aggression. That was the end of his push, and that meant that he could not defend his bases back at home. GG. GG, well played. With that, Solar, he does advance on to the grand finals, and we have 1 series left here tonight. It's going to be a best of 5 finals between Solar and Hero. Let's go. Let us go. Solar and Hero, they're about to face off. Vetoes are underway.